You're joining us now live from the A6. We're heading towards Buxton, and it's going to be a hilly route, yeah, for sure.
Hilly route for sure.
I'm a cyclist and I live in the Pennines, and welcome to my channel. And on today's ride we set off in search of a cafe in Buxton. But where is Buxton? It's actually in the East Midlands, it's in the county of Derbyshire, and it's the highest market town in England at over 1,000 feet above sea level. And looking at the route profile today, it was going to be a hilly one, it was going to be a tough one, and the parkour was going to be a testing one for all the riders in the group today. And the key climb of the day was going to be on Long Hill, just before Buxton, where we climbed to over 1,400 feet above sea level, and we hit the climb of Long Hill 35 miles into the ride. The route was actually 80 miles, and we climbed over 2,000 metres, or around 6,500 feet in elevation gain. So this video starts today, 31 miles into the ride, at New Mills. But prior to this, en route to the start point, I was late, so I took it upon myself to hide behind a tram, and hopefully sneak on the back, and the lads would never know.
I'm hiding behind this tram, I'm just behind this tram, and the guys are coming up. I thought I got away with it then. I've just been coming down. We're 31 miles into the ride, Mike's wearing his blue Spider-Man boots. That is as good as it gets at the moment. We're now passing through Whaley Bridge. This is pretty famous for its flooding, pies and flooding. I'm not sure about sheep in Whaley Bridge, but I'll do some research on it. Cotton Mills. Yeah. Okay, we're on the long climb now between Whaley Bridge and Buxton. This is a long climb, and we're probably going to get a tailwind, a cross tailwind. So come on, go and do a ride.
And so here we are now on the climb, and I'm trying to get a nice shot of the guys behind, and Lee decides to put the hammer down. But I had other ideas, and I wanted to get up the road, actually get ahead of the guys, and get that shot of all the guys coming by in the group. But Lee had gone.
Right, I've got ahead of the guys, and we're 38 miles into the ride. As you can see, there's quite a few more cyclists who are joining us. We're part of a group, it's a free-for-all. And there's our guys there. Right, I'll now just get on the back with these three. It's got a feeling of Crag Vale to me. Not steep, just long, a bit exposed.
And so as we made our way up this climb, it starts to develop, and look at that ahead, there's a really nice big right-hander, and you can see there the road going up near the trees.
So on that climb, a big horseshoe there, eh Mike?
Big horseshoe, yeah, so we're still on the climb.
You get tailwinds, crosswinds and headwinds.
Split though.
There's a split?
There's a split.
Mike thinks he's in the Tour de France here.
And we're up front.
No we're not. No we're not.
No we're not, no.
So here we are now on the plateaued section, about to drop down, and there was a split, and actually what seems to happen is that everybody just seems to go for it from the group. So I stayed behind with Chris, helped him across the top, and then I got a bit happy thinking, right, there's a gap, let's go and bridge it. And the effort to bridge that gap was quite a lot of effort. I must admit, I was digging deep here, doing about 38 miles an hour, 39 miles an hour, and it takes forever to bridge that gap. So ahead here we've got Mike, who was just telling us there was a split, and we've also got Andy. And we really were moving here. The wind was in our favour and Buxton wasn't too far away. You can see Mike there, he puts his hand down. We had some dirt on the road, and at this pace you just got to hold your line, keep with the wheel, do the best you can. And if we just skip further on down the road, you see a nice gruppetto of cyclists going back up on this climb. And I'm ahead of the group with Owen and Lee way ahead, and Chris is going to come through. And look how this bike just cuts through the air. He's hardly pedalling and look at the gap he creates. I'm still pedalling, the camera's moving up and down. Some nice hand signals there for grids and potholes. That is a good gap from freewheeling. I've got Mike, I've got Andy behind me. I'm now just trying to tuck in. I've got some draft in there. But as this area starts to build up and we are on the approach to the town centre, we've got to be mindful of how fast we're going and how close we are to each other. A nice right-hander here, and watch that gap grow again. Chris is a very good descender. And here we are now, all meeting up just at the roundabout. That was a great descent.
It's 42 miles. So
And
good.
we're in Buxton.
Buxton, good climbs, good descents, and the weather's holding off. The GB cycling team, they all come around these parts. Right, we're at the Green Pavilion Cafe. And there's 6 of us, so we're okay today. I thought you were that female cyclist. What do you make of that, Mike? I'm not going to have room for that.
And so, having consumed about 5,000 calories there in that cafe and lots of bike talk going on, it was time to hit the road again. So we was going to climb back up the long hill and head towards Hayfield this time to create the loop, where we climbed over Whitley Nab, which was pretty tough going, but the views above there were amazing.
Well, that was a really good do in that cafe. I'm stuffed, and everywhere out of Buxton it's uphill. Anyway, I spent too long faffing outside the cafe then. And I'm faffing. I can't help it, I just can't stop faffing. But the guys are ahead. I will catch them up in a minute.
And so, having regrouped, here we are now on the descent, on the return leg of Long Hill. And in this case, it was a long descent. But just watch out for the vehicles and the traffic coming from behind. Look at the road markings, we've got no overtaking and we are carrying pace. We're going between 35 and 40 miles per hour along this section. So we've got Owen in front of me, we've got Andy way ahead, and there comes Chris, again freewheeling and making it look pretty easy. I just come by Owen there. And on this descent we didn't actually go over 40 miles per hour. You've got wind coming from all directions. It was quite hard work at times. Chris looks over his shoulder and he now takes the lead and keeps the pace pretty high. And we've got a series of left and right handers. Here's a nice left hander coming up, followed by another right hander. You can see Andy there's freewheeling at times. He's benefiting from the drafting effect. So all the guys in the bunch here were trying to benefit from any assistance they can get from the guy in front. Looking ahead, that is a really nice stretch of road with a really big horseshoe bend on there. And again, going back to the wind and the role it plays on descents like this, it can be a tailwind, you can get crosswinds, even headwinds. You've got to be mindful as well, if you've got deep section rims, you can get caught out with turbulence. The views along here are fantastic as well, but we haven't got time to be looking at them because we're too busy focusing on where we are on the road. So I think that's it there. Chris has done his turn on the front. Andy will come through now. I'll follow through. Chris will get a break just behind. Another right-hander. And at this point here, if you look at Andy's cadence, he's pushing quite a big gear there, and the pace had slowed down, still around 30 miles per hour, but it was making it really tough going. And so here we are, just moving further on down the descent. As you can see, we are all now bunched up. I've gone fourth in line, the pace has picked up. We've now got Lee in the action, Andy on the point, Owen with Chris coming through. Look at the cadence is much higher from all the riders. I can sense the pace has got a lot quicker here. I'm now third in line. Chris has lit up the road, you might want to say, and a nice right-hander. Look at the chevron markings there, another right-hander. That's a great corner, that. What a feeling you get going around here. Now this left-hander, I go wide and keep the pace high. Then I hit some bad tarmac. Whoa! And I kept it on my side of the white line. But that was what you might call a squeaky bum moment. That was around 40 miles per hour. So here we are now. I've just started to freewheel. Owen's right behind me and he'll continue with his pace and the rest of the guys will come through. We've also got to be looking at the road signs, trying to read the road ahead. We know we've got a series of left and right handers, and there was also temporary traffic lights further ahead. There goes Lee. That was a nice manoeuvre there. I'm not sure if he's just doing that for the camera or if he just felt good. It's always good to see. But if you look there, the gap was very quickly brought back. And on this section of the descent, it's a long straight road and you're not relying upon your technical ability to go around bends at high speed and carry speed. It's basically about having a lot of power to break away, and with 3 or 4 guys hounding you down, it's going to be difficult, even if we think we are in the breakaway on the Tour de France. And fair play to Andy here, he did quite a lot of turns on the front. And there's Chris coming through. The only person not on the front on this occasion was me, but I'm trying to film it and keep all you guys in on the action. There's the signs for the temporary traffic lights and it's time to slow it down. Nice hand signals there, that's just warning us just to put the brakes on and come to a rolling stop.
Well, we've made it down that part of the descent in one piece. It was windy, fast, crosswinds. Okay, we're 54 miles into the ride. We've climbed over 1,260 metres. I took my arm covers off because I'm getting warm. It's that time of year, September. It's either cold in the morning and warm in the afternoon. And we're heading towards Channel. 58 mile into the ride. It's proving to be a lumpy one, to say the least. We've got the Peak District on our right and Glossops on that side somewhere. And the 2,000 foot range of hills behind us. This is a hilly ride! Woo! That was sharp. Look at that for a view of Manchester.
And then we hit the descent of Chapel Brow all the way into Charlesworth. and that was pretty scary.
Whoa, that's steep. I'm on the brakes here big time. Christ, you could lose it on here. Headwind there all the way.
You got that wall as well, that.
What did you hit about? 38, 39? I don't know. Okay. We need water. Corner shop. Need a drink. How you feeling, guys?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Top of the moon.
The top of the moon. Good. Planned this ride today then. Andy did.
Sorry, lads.
It's a long buster and a leg sapper. Good ride this.
Nice day.
Yeah.
And having completed the loop on the homeward leg, we had the final 20 miles to negotiate through Stately Bridge, and here we are now keeping up with traffic on the Mottram descent. Looking at the graph again, there's some data for you, and the average speed was 16 miles per hour. But if you like these videos, let me know and I'll make some more for you, and thank you for watching.
Right, we're at the Green Pavilion. Can't say that word.